So, hello students. Now, you are all aware that coal is a major fuel used in the thermal power plants to generate steam. Coal occurs in nature, which was formed by the decay of vegetable matter buried under the earth millions of years ago under the pressure and heat. So, the chemical substances which are available in coal are like carbon, that is 50 to 95%, then nitrogen, some 0.5 to 7%, sulfur 0.5 to 3%, hydrogen 1 to 5.5%, and oxygen 2 to 20%. So carbon is the main combustible material. Along with that, hydrogen. Okay, so carbon determines the heating value of the coal. Now to burn this carbon, we have got stokers, two types of stokers basically. One is overfeed stoker and another is underfeed stoker. So in this discussion, we will see overfeed stokers as well as underfeed stoker. Now you can see in this picture you can see the overfeed stoker, which is described. The primary air enters the grate from the bottom. You can see in the bottom there is a grate. Like grate means if you have seen the old in villages and all, they have got boilers, na? They will have a cast iron plate. On that you will put that wood and all coal and you will burn that. So that cast iron plate which holds all this fuel on top of it is known as grate. Okay. Similarly here also the grate is a cast iron or metal steel construction which has got holes, and over that you put the fuel. Okay. So the primary air enters the grate from the bottom. Air while moving through the gate openings gets heated up and the grate is cooled. So the primary air, you have got primary air as well as secondary air. Okay. So primary air means that is initial for combustion, and secondary air is for completing the combustion. Okay. So when the air is moving through the grate, it is cooling because air is at say 30-35 degrees centigrade, but the grate will be at higher temperatures. Okay. Hot air moves through a layer of ash and picks up additional heat. Okay. This air, when it is moving through this, it is first you can see on the grate you will have ash. On the ash you have got incandescent coke. Incandescent means red hot coke. Above that is green coke, green coal. Green coal means coal which has got moisture content. Okay. And the top you have got the flame. Okay. So this is the flame, then green coal, then incandescent coke, and last ash. Okay. Then hot air moves through the layer of ash and picks up additional heat. Air then passes through a layer of incandescent coke where oxygen reacts with coke to form carbon dioxide. Oxygen will react with carbon to form carbon dioxide, and water vapors accompanying air react with the incandescent coke to form CO2, CO, and free H2, hydrogen. So this water vapors which are accompanying this air, the moisture in the air itself, that reacts with the incandescent coke to form carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, and free hydrogen. Okay. Then the gases leaving the surface of the fuel bed contain volatile matter of raw fuel and gases such as carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, hydrogen, nitrogen, and water. Now you can see the additional air known as secondary air is supplied to burn the combustible gases. So these gases like carbon monoxide, hydrogen, which can still burn, their additional air is supplied so that combustion gases enter the boiler consists of nitrogen, carbon dioxide, oxygen, and water, and also CO if the combustion is not complete. So if the complete combustion of carbon takes place, then you will get carbon dioxide. If partial combustion takes place, you get carbon monoxide. So you can see in the overfeed stoker means there is a grate, and over the grate the feeding of coal is being done. That is why it is known as overfeed stoker. Okay. And as I said, there are two types of air supplied. One is the primary air which enters from the bottom, and second air at the top, which secondary air which will complete the combustion by burning the carbon monoxide, volatile matter and hydrogen and convert them into carbon dioxide, oxygen, nitrogen and water vapor. So this is the overfeed stoker principle. And you can see on the grate you will have first have ash. On the ash you will have incandescent coke, red hot coke, and on the coke you will have green coal which is fed from the top, and lastly on the top you have the flame. Now we will see the underfeed stoker principle. In the overfeed stoker, what we have seen? We have seen that the coal is fed from the top. Now in the underfeed stoker principle, the coal is fed from the bottom. You can see in the picture, coal is fed from the bottom. Again here you have got primary air as well as secondary air, and the air which is supplied, the tubes or pipes are called as tuyers, TUYERS, okay, tuyers. Now in the underfeed principle, the air entering the holes in the grate come in contact with raw coal, okay, and then it passes through the incandescent coke. First the air which is entering, primary air, it will come in contact with coal, raw coal, because raw coal is fed from the bottom only now, and from there it then passes through the incandescent coke, where reactions similar to the overfeed system take place. Means what are these reactions? CO plus CO2 plus N2 plus H2. So these reactions take place, and then the gases which are produced like CO, CO2, N2 and hydrogen pass through a layer of ash. So here it is first is green coal, then there is incandescent coke, then there is ash over that, and flame will be always on the top. Flame is always in the top. Here only the thing is the position is changed. In this here first it is green coal, then incandescent coke, then ash. In underfeed this is underfeed, and overfeed it is ulta. First you will have ash, then incandescent coke, and then over that green coal. Green coal means the coal which is fed, raw coal which contains moisture. That is why it is known as green coal. Then the gas produced then passes through a layer of ash, and the required secondary air is supplied to burn combustible gases. As I said, carbon monoxide, volatile matter and hydrogen, they are combustible gases. Carbon dioxide, nitrogen, they are not combustible gas. Okay. Underfeed principle is suited for burning the semi-bituminous and bituminous coal. Okay. This underfeed, the coal has got different types of coal. You have got like lignite, bituminous coal, anthracite. So different types of coal. For bituminous and semi-bituminous coal, these underfeed stokers are very useful. Okay. And if you look at the comparison between the overfeed stoker and underfeed stoker, in the first what we discussed, overfeed, the movement of coal and air is in opposite direction, because coal is fed from the top and air is fed from the bottom. Okay, in overfeed. Then coal is fed to the grate alone in the air admission. Coal is fed to the grate alone in the air admission. Okay. So coal is fed to the grate along with the air admission. So top coal is coming, bottom air is coming. Then ash temperature is comparatively less. Ash temperature is comparatively less because the air, primary air which is going, it is passing through the ash. So it is slightly cooling the ash as well as the grate. In the underfeed stoker, what we have seen, the movement of coal and air is in the same direction. Both air and coal, primary air and coal, are coming from the bottom direction only. Okay, coal is fed to the grate below the air admission. So you can see that air tuyers are there on the top, and below that only that coal is being fed. Okay, so first coal comes and then air is fed. Ash temperature here is high. Ash temperature here is high. Okay. So this in this discussion we had discussion about overfeed and underfeed stoker principle.